We introduced Cervena farm-raised venison to this market in 1994. And a lot of chefs say, what is the difference between your Cervena and any other venison? Well, I can tell you this, that it's a fully integrated program from pasture to plate. Our farmers have to meet strict criteria about how they raise the animals, how they feed them, and then further down the track, how they're transported, how they're processed, and how they're sold in the marketplace. So it's a fully integrated strategy. The most important thing is the animals have to be free range, they have to be fed naturally, plenty of room to browse, fresh water available to them 24/7, and on average I think the head per acre is about 2 animals per acre. It certainly is on my farm, and that's plenty of room for them to move. Some farms, upcountry, large farms, because some of them are large, between 10,000 acres with 10,000 deer on them, so I mean they're 1 animal per acre. And so that is a primary concern, that the animal welfare is really a big part of what we do as part of the Cervena program. The animals are very well cared for in the time that we have them on the farm. They're very carefully processed. They meet very stringent requirements from that point of view as well. And that gives you in the marketplace a good security that the product not only tastes good, that it's been well looked after, and it's a very safe product. Part of our Cervena program requires that all the animals that go through to the processor must be under 3 years of age. But I can tell you as a farmer that most of our farmers are getting their animals to the market or to the processor between 12 and 24 months of age. As soon as they get to the required weight, which the average hook weight, that is a hanging carcass weight, is around 55 to 60 kilos, then we get them off onto to the processor and get our return. People often ask me or question me about how come our Cervena venison is tender enough to use to make medallions from the leg and so on. And I can only say this: the animals are young when they're harvested, they're carefully processed, they're in a vacuum bag within 24 hours of being processed, they're carefully aged in that vacuum bag at a very controlled temperature, almost freezing, just above freezing. The enzymes that are working on the protein in the meats are still active, even anaerobically, that is in the vacuum bag. So that is still breaking down without oxidation or dehydration or any ambient flavours getting in contact with the meat. So you get this beautiful natural venison flavour as well. And the meat is very, very soft. You take it straight from the vacuum bag and you can cut medallions, leg fillets from the Denver leg, and I've done it many times in front of chefs. In fact, they've asked me to do it just to prove where it did come from, and cooked it, and it eats as well as a fillet or a prime cut from any other animal. It's amazing.